How to win on LinkedIn. In this video, we are going to be covering how, just with 3 to 4 posts, which take you about 45 minutes every single week, you can generate 350,000 impressions, which brings you in £150,000 or more in pipeline from inbound vacancies. No cold calls, not sending thousands of cold emails, just write in a few posts on LinkedIn every single week, because recruitment has completely changed. It used to be about who can send the most cold calls, who can send the most cold emails. Now, your customers, your clients, they're on LinkedIn, they're scrolling, they're watching Instagram Reels, they're social media addicts just like me and you. So you need to start writing content which makes them see you as an authority and somebody who can solve the issues in their business, aka give you money to find them candidates, which is what we all want. I'm going to be talking about the biggest mistakes that I see recruiters making. And trust me, it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. And how to actually start writing content, posting content that brings you so much work in, you don't have to rely on cold calls anymore. So let's get into it. Number one, biggest mistake I see time and time again. Recruitment content posted for other recruiters. Every day I go on to LinkedIn and I'll see a recruiter and they've got 20, 25,000 followers. Wow, must be making so much money from their LinkedIn. And you'll see a post and they've got 500 likes and it's got 200 comments. And it's just a circle jerk of other recruiters going, that's a great post about candidates not taking a counter offer. Do you really think your clients, your hiring managers, the people you want to get money from, do you think they see your content about recruitment related stuff and go, wow, I really like that guy, I'm going to go and give him a load of money? They scroll past it instantly. So you're posting where you get hundreds of comments from other recruiters, but it's not actually making you any money. And I know this to be true because I speak to a lot of recruiters, ones who have got 10 times more followers than me, and they're not getting any inbound vacancies from it. And they don't understand why they're struggling. They're posting recruitment content for other recruiters. No one cares, like I said, about counter offers, about your hiring process, your interviews, your insights. No one cares. I've tried it before. It brought in no money. When I started posting content not for recruiters in my network, for my ICP, my ideal customer profile, which is for me, construction business owners in the UK. I'm very lucky to have been recruited now for nearly 10 years. And my clients are some of the biggest construction business owners in the UK. We're talking companies worth billions of pounds, some worth hundreds of millions. I've got some who are worth 2-3 million. I've got one at the moment, 150k vacancy, which came inbound from my LinkedIn post. Never spoke to him before in an area that I don't really deal with. Inbound vacancy, £2 or £3 million company, which I probably would never have contacted before. That's a £28,000 vacancy if I fill it. So the reason that I managed to get that, and I will put some up that you can see right now as well. You can see here, all my content is written specifically for construction business owners or things that they would talk about in the office. Okay, I'm not talking about recruitment stuff. I'm talking about construction related stuff. I'm talking about groundworks and civil engineering, which is my niche within construction. I'm talking about stuff that they would talk about in their offices. That's what we're trying to achieve with this. Things that when they go to work, they actually talk about. You know, insights into their industry, things about their industry that's in the news. I even had a post about the bin men not taking my bins. That went pretty viral, and I got work off the back of that because my network, again, is not recruiters. I get lots of recruiters add me, follow me. If you want it, my name's Ryan Reed on LinkedIn. I have 100 recruiters follow me all the time, but I don't post for them. Okay, my network is not recruiters. My network is all groundwork, civil engineering, business owners, or candidates. So when I was doing some of my outreach last week, I was looking for a QS or something. Doesn't really matter. I was looking for a QS, sent out some messages, and a guy came back to me. He's like commercial director, so it could be a hiring manager, but I was hiring for a commercial director as well. I said, looking, and he said, no, I'm not looking right now, but I've got to say, I've been really enjoying your posts of late, so keep them up. And if I can find it, I'll pop that up now. And that's the power of LinkedIn. Your customers will actually tell you that they're enjoying your posts as well. So you want to just write content, whatever, if it's tech, healthcare, whatever. Go on Google, go on X, go on I don't know, whatever topical site it is, and just have a look for some stuff that's related to your sector at that time. What's in the news? So for me, in the construction industry, has the government just announced something in regards to house building? Have they just announced something into additional funding, cutbacks, whatever it may be, increased tax rate? That's what I want to be writing about. And I want to write like a human being who's got a bit of personality. I don't want to write like a LinkedIn dork. Because you go on LinkedIn and everyone's just like, posting like that. You don't want to post like that. How you separate yourself from 99% of recruiters who post the same old droney, speak like a robot using ChatGPT, which I see everywhere. Don't be doing that. Okay? Just write like a human being. Swear. Oh my God, just swearing. You don't have to go over the top, but saying a couple of swear words just shows you're a human being and it will stop the scroll. How LinkedIn works, what an impression is hover time. Okay, so when they're going through and they stop and they hover over your post, that's how LinkedIn ranks impressions and engagement on your profile. So what you're trying to do is stop the scroll. So whenever like when I post short form videos or this YouTube video, you need a hook. Okay, the hook is what stops the scroll, and that sets the tone for it. So if you have to put a swear word in there because that will stop the scroll, then do it. But do not go over the top. Do not abuse it because you don't want to come across like a yobbo. So stop the scroll. Don't post recruitment content for other recruiters. Don't sound like an AI dork. Everybody can tell that you use an AI when you write it. How to actually use AI for your posts is go on ChatGPT, write out whatever post it is, write it, and just ask that to improve the copy, make it more cutting, give you some feedback, whatever it may be. So you're still keeping 70 to 80% of what you actually wrote down, but use AI just to tidy up, make it sound a little bit better or whatever it may be. But you don't want to come across like you're super, super professional because that makes you sound like a dork. Okay. And as you can see on some of the posts that I've put up, LinkedIn is a written platform. Obviously, they are pushing video right now, but you need to separate your posts. So line, space, line, space, line, space. This makes it really easy for them to see and scroll up. If it's just a huge wall of text, it's going to be really difficult for people to read. They'll give up by 2 or 3 sentences, no matter how good it is, really. And you'll see this in every single post is like that. So that's the formatting, and that's how to use AI for your posts. So like I said, you're speaking the language of your ideal customers. What are they talking about in their office? Make sure your network, who you are posting for, is for those customers. Because yes, they might see it. Obviously, LinkedIn pushes content to people relevant to it. But you want to be making sure that all of your your network on LinkedIn, your connections, are people who would buy stuff from you. And I really, really need to stress this. This is why it's really important to understand your sector and niche. You need to be posting for that specific sector. So you need connections in that specific sector. I have guys who I work with and they've got 10,000 followers, and I'll ask them, go and scrape your followers. Let's have a look at them. And 30, 40% of them will be other recruiters or associated recruitment roles. And then only be like 20% people are actually people they want to get to buy from them. So you need to be making sure that at least 50, 60% of your connections are people who can actually give you money. Even if they're not giving you money right now, in the future, that's the people you're trying to get money from, because this increases your social media profile. So when you do make cold calls or you're pitching candidates, whatever it may be, you might already be connected to them. They might have already seen your post before. It's not really a cold call. It's like a warm, semi-warm sort of cold call. Okay. And I've only got like 5,000 followers on LinkedIn. I don't try and grow my LinkedIn because of 4,000 of that 5,000 followers or whatever it may be are people who would buy from me in my very small specific sector. They're all hiring managers in that. So that's why my posts do so well when I'm just writing super specific things about them. Okay. So let's just recap. 2 weeks, 4 posts, 250,000 impressions and growing. Has brought me in about $150,000 inbound vacancies onto my pipeline, which you can go and get client meetings from. You can go and speak to them by selling retainers, whatever it may be, because they've approached you. So you've almost got the upper hand. They're looking for your help. Okay, it's easier to sell retainers when they've approached you. Don't write recruitment content. No one cares about your hiring process. No one cares about any of that dorky stuff. I see it every day. It doesn't work. Don't post for other recruiters. You might get loads of likes and all that sort of stuff, but it's not making you money. You're here to make money. Don't sound like a little dork. Make sure your network is not just recruiters and people who aren't interested in giving you money. Speak in the language of your customers. What will they talk about in the offices? So when you're doing calls, okay, and start mentioning about what's going on right now, or you see in the news something related to your particular sector, whether it's healthcare, tech, just check the news, okay? Go on news sites, go on Twitter, go on LinkedIn, see what your clients are actually posting about. Okay, are they talking about the weather for some reason? Maybe it's been terrible and they can't do any work or whatever it may be. Okay, write about that. Write for them. Also, make sure your network, you only need a few thousand followers to do super well on LinkedIn. I promise you, the guys doing 100, 200,000 followers, they're probably not making as much as the people who've got less than 10,000 followers because those 10,000 are highly targeted. Okay, I'm not interested personally in having 100,000 followers on LinkedIn because I know there's not 100,000 people in my particular niche and sector who are going to give me money. The other people, yes, I might increase my social standing, but I check people's followers out when I see their posts or anything like that. I don't care. And write like a human being. Swear if you need to. Okay, just stand out. This is attention. You're trying to get attention. Posting content is the way to do recruitment. I promise you, cold calls, cold emails and that, it's all so much harder. You can just spend 30 to 45 minutes writing a few posts out using ChatGPT, using Claude, and write some killer posts that actually bring you work in. I'm telling you right now, this is the way recruitment is going. It's 2025 now. I guarantee by 2030, the number one, probably even soon that, the number one way that people will be generating business is through content on LinkedIn. If you've got the balls, start posting videos on LinkedIn. Okay, I know it's going to be difficult, but if you can post one video a week and show you're a human being, that will work. 3 or 4 posts a week, that's all it is. You don't need to go mental. But also, if you have days where you've got like ideas, write 3 in a day. Okay, again, that's what human beings do. Sometimes I have days where you can't think of anything to write, some days you have 3. But I am telling you right now, you need to be posting content on LinkedIn. 3 or 4 posts every single week. Takes you no time at all. This is the way recruitment is going. If you are not doing this, you are not going to be billing $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 every single year. LinkedIn, written content, that's the way it's going.